Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tommy and I'm a portrait photographer from Melbourne. And in today's video, I want to share with you how I got this photo, and I want to tell you the story behind it, how I got the photo, because it's quite a good one. If you're new to the channel, I share videos on portrait photography. So around shooting, editing, planning, and also my experiences on shoots. So if that kind of stuff interests you, then please feel free to hit the subscribe button. The reason why I wanted to share this photo in particular is because it got a lot more traffic online than all of my other photos. It got over 1 million views on TikTok, which is absolutely mind-boggling. It got a whole bunch of retweets on Twitter and a whole bunch of likes and shares on Instagram. Before I start the story, I want to give a massive shout out to Talia, who was the model for the photo shoot. She's an absolute legend who woke up at 4:30 AM to do the photo shoot with me, and she performed really well on very little amount of sleep. So big thumbs up to Talia, you rock. So like I was saying before, we had to get up really early to capture the fog in the Black Spur. And so we were on the road, and before we hit the Black Spur, we actually managed to shoot at another location first. And I was pretty happy with these photos. I like the countryside look and also how there's a subtle bit of fog on the floor. And I think we managed to snap these photos in around 10 minutes as well, so quite a quick one. And then we're back on the road to head to the Black Spur. So the Black Spur is around an hour outside of Melbourne, and it's actually a really fun drive if you enjoy driving like me. There's lots of different twists and turns in the road and it keeps you on your toes, but it's quite an enjoyable one. And actually it's quite picturesque if you go in the morning. So when we went that time for the photo shoot, there was already a lot of fog which was surrounding the Black Spur, and it looked really magical. From then, I knew that we were going to have really good conditions for the photo shoot, and everything was going really to plan. I had an initial destination in mind, which is this part in the Black Spur which kind of branches outwards from the main road, and there are no cars in this part. And so that place would be really ideal for capturing photos without being disrupted by any cars, and also you'll get some really good angles from the sunlight. But once we stopped at that car park, I noticed that the sky was a lot different from when we were on the way here. The sunlight had already gone through a lot of the fog, and it turns out there was actually no fog where I planned to shoot originally. So thinking on my feet, we had to go back to a previous place that we have passed, and that was the side of the road which kind of curved a little bit. And although there was a little bit of a danger factor to it, we made sure that we could see the cars that were coming and also we could hear them. If we were shooting photos down near the road, we could immediately tell when there was a car coming and we would just jump out of the way. At first we tried a few different shots to get a feel of the environment. Luckily in this location the sunlight was quite soft and was diffused in all of the cloud of fog, and it made it really beautiful to shoot in. One of the great things about the location that we were in were the really tall redwood trees which lined the Black Spur. Anytime you were shooting in portrait mode or something that was more vertical, it would look really good with all of the lines. In contrast, if you shot in a landscape kind of orientation with the vertical trees, it would feel kind of weird and a bit squashed. This goes with all lenses, as the lines in the photo kind of dictate where the eyes are drawn to. So like I was saying, we were shooting with the second outfit, and I was thinking how we could change it up. And luckily I remembered that I had a really good prop in the car, and that's the red blanket that you see in the photo. The thing about this red blanket is that I had kept it in my car for ages and I never knew when to use it for a shoot. I bought it around a year ago in an op shop, and I thought it would come in handy as a prop, but I never knew when it was going to happen. And so I always just kept it in the back of my boot just in case I thought it would be a good idea. And it just so happens that its first use was at this location. And Talia, being a really great dancer and performer, we tried a few different poses which emphasized organic movement. And I wanted to do more stuff with the blanket flowing in the air as well. So then I asked her, hey, let's try one where we throw the blanket up in the air and maybe it'll create a nice curved shape. So of course we had to wait for all the cars to move out of the way, and so we can quickly compose a shot and throw the blanket up in the air. We tried this a few times and it looked pretty good, and I didn't think much of it when I was first looking at the photos. So we kind of wrapped up the shoot there, and I took the photos in for some post-processing. So I brought the photos back, and me and my partner were looking through the photos that I took. And we were looking through the ones that Talia threw up in the air, and one of them really caught our eyes. It already had the shape of a triangle, and we thought, how about we make it into a heart? Having the blanket in the shape of a heart in midair in the middle of an action shot was going to make the photo a lot more interesting, and we decided to take on the challenge in Photoshop. One of the key things I wanted to make sure in this photo was to make the heart still look realistic, as if it was really thrown in the air just like that. And that meant I had to keep a few of the waves and imperfections in the blanket and also create a few of them myself. It was looking pretty good, and the whole time I was trying to think of a good caption for it as well. So yeah, to answer a lot of people's questions about the photo, how many tries did it take to get the heart? Probably not as many as you think. And also, how did you create the heart? It was mostly through Photoshop. Although I don't do photo manipulations a lot in my work, I still use Photoshop a ton for retouching, for editing photos. And if you want to learn more about that, you can sign up for a workshop with Good Shot Mate. And if you didn't already know, Good Shot Mate is a community for photographers. We're mostly based in Melbourne, but we also have a large worldwide audience which we are expanding to. We've previously done a lot of amazing events such as photo walks, road trips, and also workshops. Good Shot Mate is an amazing way to improve your craft, learn new skills, and also meet similar-minded people. If that kind of stuff interests you, make sure you check out Good Shot Mate on Instagram and Facebook, and the links are in my description. And that brings it to the end of this video. Thank you guys all for watching. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what you thought of the photo. If you want to see more of my content, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Lifestyle. I'm a lifestyle enthusiast.
Lifestyle.